Just got a chance to do a quick video on a power washer. A lot of people say something about electric power washer is not as powerful as the gas one. So what I see on the video is they use commercial gas power versus, residential, and then they use these cheap $100 electric ones as a comparison. Well, lo and behold, you know how that will turn out. The electric one get really beat. So now I'm trying to do a more equal comparison test. So you can see that there is a kind of like a line here. This side was done by my electric washer, and I did it my entire deck. And there's my son right there smiling. And this side I haven't done at all. And moving down, as you can see, my patio bricks are very, very filthy and dirty. Probably, 5-10 years without cleaning them. So we'll be using that as a test bench, and then also compare this. As you can see that there's paint spot all over, and the electric washer was able to remove the paint spot. Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
So there's a couple of things I want to be measuring while we're doing this. First thing we want to measure is the noise level. Obviously, the power washer, the gas washer is going to be noisier. But the good thing about the gas washer is that I have a longer hose. The longer hose allows me to stay away from the machine. Therefore, I don't have to hear it. So we'll be comparing a Troy Bilt 190cc 675 Britain Satin engine. I have recently changed the pump out because the pump broke. This is a Yamatic or something like that on Amazon. 3000 psi with 2.4 gallons. So that number is slightly different than what that pump is doing. So we'll be testing this. So one thing to consider is definitely weight. This thing weighs about 10 pounds. This weighs like 3 times more. I can't pick it up with one hand because the balance is too awkward. Second of all, the pressure washer gun on these are standard, so I can use an extension, while this one is not. The strange part is I should take this off the mount one more time. So we can see here, this one is a standard outlet that comes from the machine. So technically, I can take this and connect to an extension hose, but unfortunately, the wheel is what feeds the gun, and the hose is attached inside the wheel, so I can't take that out to even change anything here. So this thing is kind of proprietary, and this thing, I have no idea what size it is, and I couldn't extend that. So therefore, this is a negative for this. The power washer is a positive because this hose is standard. I can connect this hose with the other one. Caleb, can you go inside and get the extension hose that's on the kitchen table? Kitchen. Now I have over 70 feet of pressure washing cable. I don't know what this will do to the actual pressure of this, but what I can do is I can move this all the way to the garden hose and away from my ear, so I won't have to listen to the noise. So let's go. Alright, you're going to hear how loud this thing is from close up. And then once I start it, I'm going to walk away to where I need to be. And then we'll see how loud it is being away from it. Alright, good job. Good job, good job. Alright, let's set this up so we can see the
power washer.
Yeah, see the power washer right there. And then we'll zoom in. So both of these things I'm going to be using this rotary power washer.
Oh.
Yep, always right. This rotary power washer. So they both have quick connect. Don't pull on that trigger.
I don't even know how to. Well.
So both of these things have these quick connects. So therefore, this thing works right on there. I don't have to do anything else. All right, ready?
Yep. No, I'm not ready.
Keep going. Keep going. Okay, stop. So as you can see, that is as far as the electric hose, pressure hose is. And let's take a look at the before and kind of after picture of this. In my opinion, it looks really good. I like it. I have no problem with the performance of the gas power washer. All right, that's good. All right, your turn. So this is the sound of the electric washer. It's not whisper quiet, but it is a little quieter than the gas. And also, do not need to pull and start it. I don't need to clean the carburetor. I don't need to worry about gas. Want me to do it, or you want to do another one?
Another one.
Okay, do another one. There's multiple things that's good and bad about it. It takes a little bit to start it up. It takes probably about 2 seconds before it kicks in and turn on. And then after it turns on, it's definitely not the 3800 advertised power, because if you can see the gas versus electric is not that big of a difference. Try not to get on the dirt, Caleb. But the result of both is pretty similar. I mean, if I expect this to be a 3800 power, I would expect this to be way more cleaner and better than the other stone, but it's not. In fact, it is a little bit less power than the gas one. I have to admit that. But we're talking about very apple to apple comparison, and also at the same time keeping in mind that the electric one is a lot cheaper. So with the electric one get the job done, I would say kind of. Is it as powerful? No, it's not. But at the same time, the electric one allowed me to press a button and start. And also at the same time, the electric one is a lot less noisy, so that the neighbor won't complain. And the gas power looks very, very clean. The electric one looks somewhat clean with a lot of missed spots. I'm going to go back and use the gas power and see if it is the color of the stone or if it's really just didn't do a good job. So that will be the next test. Is a gas power more powerful than the electric one? Yes, it is. Did it do any better? No, it did not. Take a look. Take a look. That's the color of the stone. It has nothing to do with how clean it was when I saw it. Same thing, see? The streaks still remain and blasted with it. But, to tell the truth, I did feel a difference in power when I am using the gas power one. When I pull the trigger, you can probably hear it in from the noise. This cleaner sounds like a helicopter compared to kind of like a whining streetcar. I mean, not whining streetcar, like a whining RC car. But what the result would really indicate is the fact that I can clean the stone just as clean. It just takes a little bit longer with the electric one. The gas one I can probably power through much faster. So for a home user, is it worth it? If you do a lot of these things and you're handy in taking care of gas engine, cleaning out the carburetor, changing the oil. I just replaced the pump because the pump failed because it just end of life. Whatever the reason was, it just stopped working. I swapped that out. That took me 5 seconds because it's just 3 bolts, and I bought the whole pump and just popped back in, and it worked. So it's not that big of a deal in terms of that maintenance, but you have to have those added costs. Now, compared to the electric one is lightweight, it's compact, it does not need to have any maintenance. You plug it in and you go. The downside to that is the hose is proprietary. It doesn't go that far. The noise level is still kind of annoying, but not as loud as the gas engine. The power is a lot less, but you'll still get the job done. The concern is long-term wise is if something were to break for these electric washer, would you actually be able to replace any part? It looks like a self-containing unit that you cannot. So therefore, that is a drawback because I spent $60 on a brand new pump for my electric washer, my gas power washer, and I continue working probably for another 10 years. The electric one, $200, probably 3 or 4 years down the line, it might stop working and I need to replace the whole unit for another $200. Things to consider. So let's have a little bit more of this water blasting instead of me talking. That's pretty much done. So make your judgment on whether gas is as good as electric. It's up to you. In my opinion, they both have their place for home users, normal home users. If this is my first one, I would go with the electric. Compact, a lot less weight. moving it around. I don't have to do many maintenance. That's all the things that goes into a less painful ownership of a home. Why wouldn't you want to reduce that pain by having something easier to maintain? So that would be what I say. As to if you need the extra power, I definitely do recommend the gas. The gas is more powerful. In the long run, the gas will be less expensive if you know how to do maintenance and if you're handy. Otherwise, the electric one will be use it until it breaks and replace.